So let me get started by introducing my guest for today. She is Mercedes Prevost, and she is the founder of the brand Copper Bottom Swim, a brand that we have worked on developing together. Mercedes, thank you for being here with me today. And in a few words, can you describe what is Copper Bottom Swim?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me, Omar. So we are a men's luxury swimwear brand based in Toronto. Our brand was designed and developed during a year abroad and produced in Slovenia. And we focus on a very thoughtful and sophisticated approach to men's swimwear. So we felt there was an opportunity in the market to come in and build a more timeless, high-end product. And that's what we've entered the market with.
What were some of your challenges when it came to developing the brand? What were some of the things that you faced as a business owner with the process?
Yeah, so when we first came to start, I guess, evaluating branding, we took a bit of a different approach. I think a lot of brands start to develop their product and nearly finish their product development before they come out and sort of say, okay, we need to secure a logo and a look and feel for the brand. And we decided to take a bit of a different approach and started sourcing branding opportunities at the front end of that so that we could go to market and start building a following before we had a product, just with kind of the name and the look and the feel. And so when we came to you, we were really a pipe dream. I had had this idea for a year and a half to enter the men's swimwear space, an opportunity that I felt had been existing for quite some time. And so as much as I sort of felt as though I could pinpoint what I liked about certain brands and what I didn't like about certain brands, I'm by no means an expert in that space and wanted to work with someone who could shed some light and some experience on building a brand that fit in the luxury market. We were coming to market at the luxury end, and therefore the branding needs to speak that language and needs to speak to the customers appropriately. And so that was the challenge that we were trying to solve for.
Right. And particularly with the present Pixel, what were you trying to solve with our solutions, and what were you concerned about the most as well?
So we spoke with a few different contractors and branding agencies, to both independent and larger scale agency, to figure out who was going to be the right fit. And I think it's a really important process to go through when you are going to hire someone that's going to inevitably help you build the brand that you want to bring to market. And so one of the biggest things was, who is going to take the time to really understand what we need and what we're looking for, but also be comfortable saying, hey, did you think of this? Or, hey, I don't agree, or I think this would be better. As someone who's not an expert, as much as I have my own opinions and gut feelings, I think it's important to be a little bit challenged in the process. And so when we aligned a call with you and spent an hour doing a full deep dive on what we were looking for as a brand, I think by far and wide, you took far more time and energy and effort to really get to the nitty gritty of what we were looking for.
Thank you. Yeah. And what made the present Pixel stand out from any other option out there in the market?
So I think I touched on it a little bit a few moments ago, but really the biggest thing was the communication. First and foremost, was highly organized, professional. You took the time to establish an introductory call or a deep dive call with no pressure or expectation that we would move forward with you, but strictly an opportunity for us to connect and really talk about what we were looking for and make sure it was a fit on both sides. You know, I see hiring support for the business a bit like dating. And it's an opportunity to sit down and sort of talk about mutual interests and mutual desires and sort of say, yes, this is actually a really good fit for the type of work that I do, or maybe I'm not quite the right fit, or you're not quite the right fit and here's why. And I didn't really feel like I got at the same level as some of the from some of the other people that we spoke to. And so that was a really big deal for me. I also feel like your portfolio is quite extensive. We loved the work that you had done in the past. And I was really comfortable with the schedule that you had put together in terms of the milestones that we were going to hit. And it wasn't just loosey-goosey all over. It was, you know, these are the four phases or the three phases of the project. These are the dates that we're going to hit it. And here's the deliverable at the end of it. And I was really excited about that.
Thank you. And regarding as well the process, what would you say, how did you find the whole process of us working together, and what were you happiest about throughout the entire process as well?
Yeah, it's a good question. So I'm a former management consultant turned fashion brand owner. I come from a bit of a different background, and your approach to structure and communication, both written and oral, and an ability to put together a schedule really speaks to the way that I work. And so I loved that you had clearly outlined a proposal that wasn't just dumped into the body of an email that said, well, I'll likely deliver something that looks like this somewhere around this time. I loved that I could take this sort of project milestone, look at it with with my partner, with my mom, who I share a lot of things with regard to the business because of her former experience in agency, and get some feedback from friends and family and other professionals. And I just felt it was far more structured than other options in the market, and I loved that.
Got it. That's great to hear. And regarding as well the brand, like what have you been able to achieve with the brand so far since using our services?
So we went out into the market with logo and colors and look and feel and a skeleton website in April, with the target of giving it about 6 months of opportunity to build a following during that time. And I think being able to do that, where someone can start to associate the look and feel and the logo with your brand, is really important. So they're not just seeing, they were basically able to see our entire development process, because I shared that quite candidly alongside the brand. And there was a lot of correlation. I think it's really difficult to finish your product development and then all of a sudden say, hey, we're live for sale, when no one even really knows who you are. And also we've come to market with a product that has our logo, our distinct logo, embroidered on every product. And for us, the name stands for a product that is genuine and trustworthy, and that logo stands by that. So every single one of our swimsuits is hand embroidered with this logo that I think becomes a point of distinction for us.
How were your customers? How were they engaging with the brand? How do they find it? What are some of the things that you're hearing from your audience?
That's a great question. So I think our biggest growth and feedback is really coming through social media, primarily Instagram right now, until we end up with some more media that will direct us directly to our website. They're coming first and foremost to social media, and then ideally landing on our website. And overall, the feedback is that they love the name. People ask about the story. Occasionally they mishear, and they've got some questions about the name. But they have started to really associate that brand with our product, and the idea that it speaks to the superior quality and the craftsmanship that we've put into the product. And so people have said, oh, I really like the color. The orange tends to stand out, the copper tone, because it's different in the marketplace. And I feel like it has become a point of distinction for us. So I'm really happy with the way the branding has turned out. People have started to recognize the icon as a standalone without the name, which is my goal eventually, to have an icon that people go, yeah, absolutely, that's Copper Bottom Swim. I know that brand, and I'm excited to see it. And then they see someone in a swimsuit with that icon, and they land on our website. So that's the biggest feedback that we've received.
That's good feedback. Awesome. All right. Thank you so much, Mercedes, for being here with me today. And if you have any final words, feel free to say them.
Yeah, it's great to connect. It's been almost a year since we worked together, and I really appreciate you reaching out. For anyone looking to work with Omar, I highly would recommend you as someone that could become a trusted confidant when it comes to branding within a company. And I'm just really grateful for where we've landed, and we're looking forward to continuing that working relationship going forward.
Thank you so much.
And if you're looking for men's swimwear, we can be found at copperbottomswim.com.
Thank you so much, Mercedes. And definitely we're going to leave a link to your social media and a link to your website as well, so that people have access to your products. And thank you for being great.
Thanks so much, Omar. Good to see you. Bye.